What's up, guys? This is Theo from Fino Concept, and today we are going to be looking at merging two images. So I have my workspace here. I'm going to open up two more images. We got this image from Google of some pretty Asian girl. Can't tell whether she's Japanese or or Chinese. So Control A to bring up everything, Control X will cut it out. I'm going to close this. So if I come back to my main worksheet, Control V to paste it in. Then let's go back to this, Control A to highlight everything, Control C to copy, close this up. Then let's just paste it in here. So we have two images, this and that. I'm going to bring my move tool, then send this image towards the left, then I'll send this image towards the right. Okay, so let's just resize this. Holding down my control key, I'm just going to increase the size of this image. I'll hit OK. Holding down my shift key, I'm going to increase the size of this one, probably make them almost the same. No, the head should also be the same. Okay, then I'll hit OK. So you notice that this is having almost the same background. If it's the same background, then merging the two images shouldn't be difficult, but if it's different, then you have to cut out the entire image. So with the top layer selected, this is our top layer, I'm going to hit add layer mask right here. Then I'm going to just erase this part out. So now my layer mask is set to white. That means I have to set my foreground color to black so that we take that portion out. I'm going to bring up my brush, or you could hit B on the keyboard. I'll right click, then set this to probably 200 pixel. Now make sure you have your brush set to soft brown. I'm not going to be using the hard one. The hard, this is what it does. We don't want that one. We want it to merge. So I'll set it to soft round. Then we are going to brush over this portion. Yeah, and the opacity should also be set to 100. If it's 50 or 40, you notice that it's not taking out this entire portion. We have to brush over and over and over again. So I'll just set it to 100 and be free. Then I'll brush over just this portion, and voila, the image is merged. Another thing we could do is, I'm going to delete this layer mask right here. Another thing we could do is we could create a selection from this particular image. This is our layer that we've selected, so we just create a selection. This is usually if you want the same background on both. Notice that one background is yellow, the other is green. So I'll right click and go to layer via cut. I'm cutting it out of the main image, so let's unhide this. Then you notice that we have the image of this one over here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hide this one, and I'm just going to create another background from this. So I'll bring up my rectangular marquee tool, then I'll just select this portion. Then instead of layer via cut, I'll copy. So I'll move this over to this side. I'll probably stretch this part out. Okay, then I'll hit OK on the keyboard. Now I have one layer on top of the other, so I could create a new layer mask. Then with my brush tool, I'm going to brush over this portion. Then it appears that these images are the same. Or better still, if you don't want it this way, you could always delete this part, then you merge these two images together, so now they are just one image, but we still have this line over here. So what you do is you use the healing brush, the spot healing brush, to set it to a reasonable number of pixels. I'll set mine to 100, then just brush over this portion, and Photoshop is going to analyze this and make it look like they are the same. So this isn't 100% perfect. You have to work on it several times. So now I think this is looking much better. If we bring back our image, notice that there are two of them. So I'll click and over this part one more time. There are two of them. From our previous episodes, we are learning how to create shadows. So if I bring up a new layer from this, I could just use my brush tool set to 100% pixel, then I could just brush over this portion. I'm creating a shadow over this area. Then I'll just change the opacity to 30, probably 50. I think I should increase this to, I think 80 pixel is okay. Then since I'm not talking about shadows, I'm not really going to go deeper into this part. So this is how to merge two images. We have one image on top of a shadow, on top of another image, and we could just use that. So I'll see you guys in the next